Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Recreation Rooster Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3. And,
Five
Mhm. And
episode.
yeah, I'm Dan Chievo. This is Maisha Jones, my co-host. Yeah, say hello. Yeah.
Hi guys, so good to see you guys again for episode 5.
Mhm.
So we're really excited to be here. I'm Maisha, I'm co-host out of Los Angeles.
Yes, I'm Dan Chievo. I'm in the greater New York City area. I'm here in North Jersey at the moment. So, season 2, episode 5, the session is titled The Rooster Foster Alliances for Success. The Rooster Fosters Alliances for Success. Learning outcomes include state 2 types of virtual reality programs utilized in TR practice. Two categories measured in the STILAP. State 3 components in a service invoicing as a direct care provider in rec therapy. So,
Yes.
and I'm going to go ahead with the quote of the day. Being able to provide for the family is important, but when living without recreation is like living with in a car without gas.
Wow.
It's stopped and parked waiting to be taken away. So why not give it some gas and take it to a wonderful place?
I
So
love that. Could you say that just one more time for us?
sure, being able to provide for the family is important, but when living without recreation is like having a car without gas. When it's stopped and parked waiting to be taken away. So why not give it some gas and take it to a wonderful place? So,
Wow, I love that. It
mm,
really speaks to how you can be a very, high producer, high earner, high performer, taking care of your family, but not taking the time to engage in leisure, recreation, and social engagement and play for your own health and wellness. And as we all know, if you aren't well, you're not able to do the things you have to do to take care of your family. I love that. I love how it gave that analogy. That's a great one, Dan. What's your thoughts on it?
yeah, I mean, that's basically it's in this culture is so much of a go-go culture, especially in the greater New York City area. So, uh, that was, I mean, that's really, something that we got to get back to, in many ways. So, uh, got to get back to. And the song of the day is, "Twisting the Night Away," Sam Cooke. Uh,
Ooh,
yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh. That's a fun song. Yeah.
Yes, it is. We
Yeah,
love us some Sam Cooke.
really is.
He's such a timeless and legendary figure in American culture.
He
Many
did. Yeah,
many
yeah.
many songs that he has made, and and the thing I love about Sam Cooke is that it's not one of those artists that is like relegated to just one age demographic. All demographics enjoy him, and so many of his songs have been sampled over the years that it just reinvents itself and reignites new populations. So I love that. I love that song. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Passed away way too young, but yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
definitely.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Way too young.
Indeed. You wonder what he would have come up with if he stayed around longer. But uh,
Right,
uh
right. We're just so blessed to be able to have his music and to be able to use
mhm,
it in RT programming as well.
yeah.
So in that respect, he has a legacy and he's timeless.
Mhm. That's true. Absolutely. So, um, and now we're gonna go to advocacy, amplifying our voices. So, uh, we really need for colleges and universities to market their program, especially with an aging population, people unfortunately acquiring more disabilities when we're trying to get healthier and have a greater sense of well-being, um, and have greater recreational therapy. We really need to push for more recreational therapy programs to get
Absolutely.
more therapists.
And what we have to understand is recreation therapy, especially on very large campuses, Big Ten colleges or, even smaller colleges. In the whole hustle and bustle of it all for, admission days and stuff, many, many people are not aware that we exist on these campuses, that our degree program exists on that campus. And if they are aware, they only know very little. So, Recreation Rooster Podcast is in support of having a annual day across the nation and possibly even globally where campuses and other learning institution has a recreation therapy admissions day separate from the standard admission day at the universities. We really need to have a system or a pipeline or some type of process platform in place where students, be it high school seniors, or even juniors in high school, on up to folks who are changing in career, can have a day or a series of days or maybe even a week where they can go onto campuses and they can really learn a lot more about recreation therapy. And us at Recreation Rooster, we're in support of making that happen. So if you are a student, a academic administrator, a dean at a university, someone who knows the benefits and who wants to be an ally for recreation therapy, and you want Recreation Rooster to promote and advertise and help to facilitate opportunities for prospective students to go to your respective campuses to learn about your bachelor's programs, your master's programs, your doctoral programs, let's make it happen. Let's have some rooster days at these recreation
Yeah.
therapy programs. Let's make it happen. Okay.
Yeah.
And we are definitely available. You can reach Dan at Daniel at recreationrooster.org. You can reach me at Maisha at recreationrooster.org. You can give me a call at 213-524-6925. We can make it happen. Let's make 2025 great. And let's hopefully by 2026 have us an actual day that is recognized regionally or nationwide. We're open to having baby steps, but let's just make it happen. All right. I got off my little soapbox.
Absolutely. Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great. Yeah, we definitely need to, we were talking about, well, yeah, like with the behind the numbers segment too, that, uh, they've been shrinking, the colleges and universities CR programs. So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, this is so important. There's
it
only,
is.
yeah, there's only one in the state of New Jersey. There's only a handful in the state of New York. So a lot have shut down. So, uh
Yeah, let's make it happen, guys. Let's make it great. Let's really make the threshold of entry, easier as far as the threshold of access to learn about the profession. Professors, we know that you have insurmountable things that you have on your plate as well. And want to let you know that Recreation Rooster, we're here to support you 100%
yeah,
and make it happen. Okay.
yeah,
So our next segment, guys, is nuts and bolts of therapeutic recreation, and today we want to talk about virtual reality. As you guys know, we have a big boom of virtual reality, and also what do they call it? Extended reality that's taking place as we have headsets and different multisensory devices that are being made, streamlined, and improved through technology. This hardware sometimes even comes in the form of very small glasses or big headsets. So, with that being said, we have a lot of recreation therapists that are facilitating and really leading the charge of making these devices inclusive and accessible to our clients with a myriad of disabilities and abilities. Oftentimes, we do see there are two major carriers. We know that Apple has a series of headsets that are out that offers a virtual reality experience. We also know that one of their competitors, MetaQuest, which has been in the business of headsets for a very long time, also has a series of headsets that are out now. We had the privilege of learning so much from a few VA artists that travel all over the country doing innovations projects and exposing veterans to virtual reality. And we do know that in the private sector, this is also becoming popular. We're excited to be updating all of our virtual reality headsets at Greater Los Angeles VA through an innovations grant that we received. And we encourage each and every one of you to do so too. As we have our younger generation, they're already in line and in step and indoctrinated to using virtual reality hardware and software. So let's continue to add this to our catalog of programs that we offer as recreation therapists. Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, of course, actually, I feel like artificial intelligence is also going to be one of the big things that can impact things in the future as well. hmm So that's probably a whole other topic. But
Yeah, definitely
uh,
AI and the endless amount of opportunities to create social environments and to work on those social skills with AI and Chat GPT. I mean, they're using Chat GPT to do surveys, to do resumes, to do I mean not resumes, to do interviews. It's definitely technology boom right now. So let's stay on par with what is trending in our communities and make ourselves great. Let's add professors and academic leaders and deans. Let's add these subjects to the curriculum to ensure that the up and coming recreation therapists or even recreation therapists like ourselves who want to go in for additional skill building can access these classes and learn these new skills and implement them in our spaces as well. And of course, make money off of them and affect positive change and positive impacts on people's lives. So let's make it great, guys, with virtual reality. It's not going anywhere. It's staying and it's only getting better every year. And
yeah,
I,
no doubt about it.
Mhm. Yeah,
uh Yeah, that's great, and that's great that the Greater Los Angeles VA has been invested in that. Uh, A little bit. Yeah, I mean, the public sector usually has stuff like that first, actually, the government. So,
yeah.
yeah,
We
uh,
may not have the best of
right.
the product, but we do definitely pilot it, as well. So we're hoping that this year that we can really, expand the program and make it great and really make it a even more enjoyable experience for our veterans. They've been definitely asking about it. And we're really happy to be able to implement this in 2025 with our innovations grant that we received. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like actually headsets that aren't as heavy too.
Yeah. And
Um,
that was a big barrier too, is the feeling of weight or claustrophobic. So now that everything is becoming even more lightweight and design is giving clients the impression that they're not confined, people are more apt to try it as well. So I tell you, these engineers, they're simply amazing. I really do believe that they should have recreation therapists on their focus groups. If you are an engineer that works for any of these Apple, MetaQuest, any of these agencies and you're looking for consultants that can help you prepare these devices for market, right? Definitely reach out to recreation therapists. Hire us as consultants when it comes to teasing out the kinks of these type of devices. As you guys know, your due diligence on the front half of design and creation helps you in the long run. And of course, it's limitless regarding the potential for growth and I would say growth and revenue with this
yeah,
as well.
it could really simulate real world experiences,
Yes.
these opportunities, and really get people even who have lost the ability to uh what do you could do items can really do them virtually and
Right.
still get much the same experience. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
mhm.
And that's up, guys. We're gonna go to the next segment. We're kind of moving a little fast for episode 5. So bear with us on that one. But for the next segment, we are going to talk about clinical applications. So we wanted to focus on the Red Book once again, which is, in my opinion, the RT Bible. Okay, so we want to talk about the STILAP. So just a little bit of information about the STILAP. The STILAP is a standardized assessment tool, and STILAP stands for State Technical Institute of Leisure. Um, let me see. Let me see here. Just a second. So
It all
this,
starts with assessment. Yeah.
yeah, it does. It all starts with assessment. So State Technical Institute Leisure Assessment Process. And this is the 1990 STILAP. Even though, this leisure tool was developed in 1990, it's still very relevant to this day. This tool here measures a client's indicated interest in various activities, and it also indicates areas that the client is interested in learning more about. And it provides a systematic way for therapists, recreation therapists, to measure the balance of a client's leisure lifestyle. Okay. So being able to kind of measure the balance of a client's leisure lifestyle is so essential to plan of care and to evaluating their level of functionality, and also giving, opportunities for them to have achievable milestones and goals when it comes to improving leisure lifestyle. So I oftentimes use the STILAP as a staple in my multi-pronged approach to evaluating clients when I'm report writing. And also too, the STILAP is actually well known across a lot of different disciplines as well. So when I do use them, say in the school setting, many other clinicians are aware of the STILAP, and it is a respected, reputable assessment tool across the disciplines in academic settings. Okay. Next
Yeah.
up, guys. The next segment is on
Yeah.
private practice tips. So we want to talk a little bit about invoicing. This is super important, guys, because if it don't make money, it don't make sense. And you can't be out here just working for free. Okay? You can't. You can do pro bono work, but understand, if you are running a business, you are a consultant, you have to have very clear, very accurate, and very detailed invoicing processes in place to ensure that, one, accountability and fiscal transparency is achieved and maintained, and also for you as the recreation therapist, that you have a system in place to ensure that you are paid timely for the services that you provide. So there are a couple of things you should consider on your invoice sheet that I find super critical, and I believe that it'd be great, probably, Dan, for us to have a maybe even a CEU training at one of the next conferences, where we can kind of, go through invoicing and why it's so important that RTs do it.
Sure.
Yeah, because I think that it's something that definitely should be talked about more. I think a lot of RTs, they may, if they work for agency, they may not have any parts in that part. But as you go more direct to consumer, you really do need to know about how to ensure that you're paid, and you're paid timely and accurately, and being able to keep good records of the services and supports that you provide to your clients. Okay, so a couple of things. That is essential is always, documenting what fiscal year it is and what month it is on your invoice. Also, giving your invoice an actual invoice number. That's really important as well when it comes to sourcing the document later in time. Another thing that's super important to do is always list the date and the time block that you went to service your clients. Some agencies require you to document per client. Some don't mind, and they don't mind you documenting in a cluster, meaning grouping the clients together. Always put in the initials of the clients. Be mindful not to violate PHI, but you can put in the initials of the clients into the document, so that the agency will know what clients you've seen on what day at what time. Understand also too, this document will correspond with your signing log that you signed in at the agency, and also it will also correspond with the progress notes that you wrote as well in the clinical chart. A couple other things you should always keep on your invoicing is keep your bank account number, whether or not you are doing a direct deposit or you're mailing it in. Always put your mailing information, contact information for your business office, in either the header or the footer. It should always be in there. Always keep your logo on your invoice as well. It's a great identifying marker. And then I will also say, always keep your rate, your negotiated rate on your invoice. And after you have completed your time block, put your time into either minutes, hours and minutes, or either in decimal form, so that you can calculate that, and always itemize each each session, or if it's report writing, or if it's documentation, or if it's clinical consult, itemize that for that respective date, and then grand total it at the bottom. If you have any outstanding balances or credits, also um, acknowledge that at the bottom as well. And then always have a mechanism in place for you to sign that it has been authenticated and verified, and then also put in the date that actually the invoice was submitted to the agency, and then what date you expect to be paid with the agency. Some people say 7 to 10 business days, and there are other contracts, say like with the school district, where you may get paid 30 to 90 days later. So always keep those things into consideration, and then have a follow-up requisition process in place to ensure that you're actually getting paid. When you do get paid, if it's by check, of course, submit all of that, keep everything in record. The check should have the invoice number in the memo section. If it's not in there, write it in there. And also document that it's been received or that it has not been received. If you ever have any disputes to your invoicing, handle that prompt, and stay on top of that. That's super important. So those are just a few of the things. I know I was speaking super fast about that, and we're more than happy to actually do a training on that. So you are a professor, you have a class where you want to
Yeah,
learn more about that, reach out to Recreation Rooster Podcast. We can make that happen. Okay. Yeah.
definitely.
Anything that I missed regarding invoicing? Because I know you also have your
Oh,
private practice and you do
yeah.
invoicing.
No, that was perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
you can, yeah, do that better than I do. Yeah, that was perfect. Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. That was great. And yeah, I mean, definitely, it's definitely something that's overlooked. So definitely, yeah, that could be something that really needs to can be shown to people, kind of like, yeah. Uh-huh. So yeah, like CEU could be good on that. So yeah.
Absolutely. And that invoicing is for third party billing or direct to consumer. When you get into using your NPI number, going into CMS, credentialing and billing, through different health management organizations, Medicaid, Medicare, then that's a whole nother invoicing process as well. So we can dive into that more too. There's many levels to this thing, and we can make it happen. Recreation therapists, do not be intimidated by this. It's doable. It's do-
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Good point. Yeah, definitely. Uh, absolutely. Yeah. And moving right along to iron sharpens iron, recognizing allies. Uh,
yeah. Recognizing allies in
yeah.
the workplace, guys. Time and time again, I am on a lot of the chats and Facebook groups, and we talk about how recreation therapists are experiencing hostility in the workplace. And I find that a lot of times we are misaligned with who we know to be our allies and who isn't our allies. Big, big difference. So, with that being said, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the definition of an ally, okay? Because I think this is super important. So, the definition of an ally is a person that, let me see here, it gave it to me in two different ways. Formally cooperating with another for a purpose, formally cooperating with another for a purpose. Okay. So I really need you to focus on the fact that an ally, someone saying, oh, good job, or patting you on the head or giving you an accolade, that is not an ally. That's someone giving you accolades. An ally is formally um, cooperating for a purpose, meaning there's action behind what they do. And the action is much more than good job. Okay. So just be mindful that an ally is someone where there is mutual benefit between the two of you. Okay. And that when you need defense, they offer defense. When you need offense, they offer offense. They will help you to battle opposition. They will help you to secure opportunity. Okay. they will also sacrifice. They will reach into their pocket and fund. You know what I mean? They will also give constructive criticism. I find time and time again, you have a lot of RTs, they think that they have an ally when really they don't have an ally. They just have someone who gave them a compliment. But when the opportunity presents itself and that person feels threatened by that RT, then they throw them under the bridge. They throw them to the wayside. And an ally consistently is cooperative for a purpose. And let's be mindful about the purpose. The purpose is very clear. The purpose is for the uplifting of both of you. The purpose is very clear, okay? The purpose is to uplift programming for the client, right? And it is tangible actions, actions that you can see. Okay, so I think it's so important that we acknowledge who are our workplace allies and who isn't. And it can vary depending on what work environment that you're in. I keep hearing time and time again about how RTs are overextending themselves to for camaraderie with certain disciplines or certain groups of people, only for them never to get anything reciprocated back to them. It's super important that you know who your allies are and set boundaries with the rest. Set a professional boundary with the rest. And then also take the blinders off the sides of your face so you can really see what is happening around you. Okay, super important. Just don't put your head down and work. Really look around and see how the office politics and see who is getting what and who is the person that's making the decisions to get what. That's important. And who is blocking you or your department from getting. Okay, don't get angry. Be informed. And then set up a game plan about how you are going to strategically position yourself with allies to get your needs met, which is the purpose. Okay. Um, Dan, any thoughts on that one? I can go on and on about
I
that one.
couldn't have said it better myself. Good job. Great job. Yeah.
So, just an example. I'm going to give a quick example. So, um, just recently I was talking with one of the professors at a university here in California, and they were talking about building an alliance with chiropractic service and recreation therapy. And many people might think that that's just an unlikely bad fellow. But the fact of the matter is that it's a very likely bad fellow. And there's benefits for chiropractors to refer clients to recreation therapy and for recreation therapy to refer clients to chiropractic as well. And it is a mutually beneficial arrangement that will greatly uplift both professions and also offer positive outcomes for the clients. To me, that's the perfect example of an ally, especially when you have the chiropractic service actually engage and refer to recreation therapy. And recreation therapy make recommendation, engage, refer, confer with chiropractic service. And then even utilizing treatment space. We have battlefield acupuncture that we do with chiropractic service at Greater Los Angeles VA, where we utilize our snoozling rooms, which is our sensory stem rooms. And 2 times out of the week, we utilize the room with our chiropractic battlefield acupuncture service as well. So after the veteran finishes sensory stem, they lay down and they get the acupuncture or vice versa. So it is a co-treat and it's mutually beneficial. That's an ally.
That's awesome.
That's an ally.
Mhm.
Let's see. Where are we now?
Yeah, well, SWOT analysis.
All
Cha-
right. SWOT
Uh-huh.
analysis.
Yeah. Uh,
Challenges. Woohoo!
yeah, we were just talking about one of the challenges. That is a challenge. hmm
Yeah.
hmm
So a couple of things I would say regarding SWOT analysis when it comes to challenges. I oftentimes say that sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, in the sense that we can be too demure. We can be too quiet, too humble.
Yeah.
We really do need to get out of the mindset of complacency. I find that to be our biggest challenge. Um, I feel as though there's a great market for us to capitalize on, and We need many, many more RTs to be confident and competent in themselves and their abilities, and to embrace the unknown and try. We just want you to try. Of course, we do have our traditional challenges of other people encroaching upon our profession. Year after year, we get further and further encroachment by occupational therapy, BCBAs, social work, psychology. Like, it's endless. Okay. But understand this, they're all getting encroachment too. So this is nothing new. Just as we complain, they complain. But we have a great opportunity to develop a myriad of niches for ourselves. And we are the experts. So I would say one of the biggest challenges is our professional efficacy or lack thereof. We need to have more professional efficacy. We need to have more opportunities for RTs to go into master's and doctoral programs and be involved in research. We need to have more opportunities for RTs to work in non-traditional settings, more opportunities for RTs to go into entrepreneurship and direct to consumer um, programming and services, more opportunities for RTs to be included in CMS, Medicaid, Medicare, and major private health management organizations as a direct biller or even as a third-party biller. More opportunities for us to have more diverse CPT codes that we can utilize, more opportunities for us to have higher reimbursement for the services that we provide, less unstandardized assessment tools being built, less um, homemade or house-made report writing styles. We need to really standardize that more, utilize the resources that we already have in place, have more students holding on to their resource books and utilizing them after completing their national or their state credential, and more opportunities for RTs to network and build alliances with one another. Put your money where your mouth is. Better
Yeah.
internships and internship experiences as well. So there's a lot of work for us to do. But with that being said, I would say number one is be bold, be brave, and speak up. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more professionals, more college universities, more. Yeah, exactly. Yep, absolutely. Though. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we would love for you to drop some gems in the chat. You can be frank and honest. We would love to talk about this more. We can harp and harp and harp on challenges all day long. But you know what? As many challenges we have many, many opportunities we have not capitalized on. And as long as we continue not to capitalize on it, you're going to have other people who are coming in with less experience, less education, less knowledge base coming in and capitalize on it. So let's be bold, let's be brave, and let's make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the challenges represent opportunities. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why the SWOT analysis is so very important, because it's just a very introspective but also honest way of looking at things objectively,
Yeah.
feelings and emotions aside,
Right.
and then coming up with a game plan. That's really what it's about. Our next to last segment for today, and thank you guys for just, we've been moving super fast today with the holiday season and us doing things with our family and friends, but we want to make sure that we stay consistent with the podcast. So, our second to the last segment for today is recreation subcultures, where we want to talk about scuba diving, better yet, adaptive scuba diving. This is a very popular sport that has been utilized not just in pools but in different oceans around the world. We have heard about really great programs at ATRA 2023. I heard about a really, really great program out of Hawaii where there are recreation therapists that do adaptive scuba diving. And we hope to offer this program at Greater Los Angeles and various therapy pool spaces and also in our oceans and our ocean therapy program that we have at Greater Los Angeles. We do know that there is an extensive certification and number of hours that have to be achieved in order to be master level to offer this service. We do also acknowledge that it is it can be highly specialized. It can be very dangerous. So we need to make sure that the people who are doing it are equipped to do it and do it safely. And the thing that's been so great is that our clients who have suffered polytraumas, who have suffered paralysis, they say it is a life-changing experience once they are strapped up with the scuba diving equipment and then they go down into the ocean. They say it is unlike anything else to have this feeling of a buoyancy, of lightweightedness that they oftentimes don't get to experience due to their paralysis. So scuba diving is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to the our last segment. Our Recreation Rooster stamp of approval is the SUNY Cortland Inclusive Recreation Resource Center.
All
Uh,
right.
Basically,
Woo!
those professors from there have uh, gone across the state of New York and uh, created and taught an army of volunteers how to do inclusivity assessments and help uh, people help um, organizations all over the state of New York, restaurants, other community centers, uh, become more physically and socially inclusive. Um, and that's become a big boon to New York State in many ways. Um, yes, and you can look them up online. Uh, yes, SUNY Quillen IRRC, Inclusive Recreation Resource Center. So um, that was that's critical, and that's they provided critical services to the state of New York by educating an army and they're educating an army of volunteers to do it.
That's
So
amazing. You know what? The more and more you tell me about SUNY Cortland, the more and more I just want to visit that campus and
yeah,
meet all
uh,
those great, amazing students and those really
and-
cutting edge, learning administrators and professionals and
right.
professors. I
I
would just,
mean, yeah, I wish it was closer to me. It's yeah, 3 hours upstate, but
oh wow, okay.
yeah, between Binghamton and Syracuse in New York State. I mean, yeah, so it's not the easiest thing to show you unless you actually fly into Syracuse or something. But
Wow.
uh-huh,
That's amazing. Everything I hear about SUNY Cortland and also Slippery Rock and just
yes,
other schools, other learning institutions, it's just, it's groundbreaking work they're doing. I'm just really so proud to be a recreation therapist. So
yeah. I
thank
mean, they
you.
do a lot to connect to the community. They really do. I will give them. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they.
so another hand clap to
Yeah.
SUNY Cortland.
Yeah, I mean, we actually went to Lime Hollow Nature Center and did uh their strategic plan. I know in my college administration class, um, my recreation administration class. Um, let's see. I mean, we I did field works at real places like Horizon House, which was a mental health kind of day center, and what do you call it? The assisted living place in Cortland. Um, yes. So yeah, I mean, they got the students involved in in helping the local community.
I
So
love that.
that
That's
was
a great way too for other universities to build
Mhm.
exposure. I mean, we talked about in our last episode, we talked about having a recreation therapy admissions day, just a national day across the nation. But
Yeah,
just like what he was saying, what SUNY Cortland already has in place, we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. They have a great blueprint there when it comes to really, increasing exposure, awareness, impact about recreation therapy and the communities that we serve.
yeah,
So let's take a page out of their playbook and make it
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, Walden Place was actually the name of that assisted living, but a beautiful, very home-like assisted living place. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, and I mean, of course, there was, I think it was called Action Towards Independence. We went and saw them and connected with them. So yeah, they were very involved in the community, really.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, SUNY Cortland. Recreation Rooster stamp of
Yeah.
approval.
I mean, of course, the Greek Peak adaptive ski program they do. I mean, so they do a lot with the local community, and that really is how it ought to be in a way. I mean, it ought not to be necessarily um, like just sitting up there in an ivory tower.
Right.
You know, we need to be kind of in the ground where the on the ground where the people are in many ways. So,
Exactly.
uh,
So thank you guys so much for joining us for season 2, episode 5 of Recreation Rooster Podcast, a podcast for recreation and leisure enthusiasts. If you have watched us all the way through and you've been able to answer the learning objectives for this episode, please reach out to your preferred credentialing agency to utilize it to get some CEU credits or a portion of some, towards your professional development. And with that being said, please reach out to Recreation Rooster Podcast. We would love to hear from you guys. Please like, share, and follow. You're more than happy to reach out to us for any speaking engagements, any support, anything that can uplift and edify the profession. If you're a professor, reach out to us about the potential for a recreation therapy admission day for your university. We would love to make that happen and support that as well. You are more than welcome to reach out to me. I am Maisha at recreationrooster.org and also the owner of New Horizons Concierge Firm, a staffing and private practice in Los Angeles, California. You can reach out to me at 213-524-6925. And Dan?
yeah, you could reach out to me at 845-987-0104. That's 845-987-0104. Daniel at recreationrooster.org. Daniel at recreationrooster.org. And we'll see you next time.
All right, and you see our shirts, please reach
Yeah.
out to our website at www.recreationrooster.org and grab yours today. Until then, guys, you guys have a great holiday and be safe out there and be great. Bye.
Awesome. Bye for now.